Elizondo and Marik von Rindenkamp are calling out AARO and its director, and also, of course, the lovely Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick. So let's talk about it. Get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I'll talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Okay, getting right to it, from a tweet by Lou Elizondo, I encourage everyone to read this article carefully. It succinctly illustrates the distrust of AARO's former leadership, the lovely Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick. I was told some time ago that senior elements in AARO were trying to have Dave Grush, prosecuted for going public. And the Pentagon wonders why people don't trust them. Trust works both ways. Wow, so they're actually trying to have Dave Grush prosecuted. That's huge. Lou also has some other comments about the lovely Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick. But first, let's get into the article by Marik that Lou links to. Top senators believe the U.S. secretly recovered UFOs. Has the U.S. government secretly retrieved exotic craft of non-human origin? Newly declassified documents, along with extraordinary legislation, illustrate how two successive Democratic Senate Majority leaders appear to have believed so. Notably, Chuck Schumer and the late Harry Reid were not alone in their focus on UFOs. Skipping ahead a little bit, in eyebrow-raising comments on the Senate floor, Schumer said the government has gathered a great deal of information about UFOs over many decades, but has refused to share it with the American people. Critically, according to Schumer, multiple credible sources have alleged that elements of the U.S. government have withheld UFO-related information from Congress illegally. Although a key House lawmaker successfully stripped the most extraordinary elements of the Schumer-led legislation, Schumer and the legislation's principal co-sponsor, Senator Mike Rounds, vowed to keep working to change the status quo. It also talks about a separate piece of legislation, separate from the Schumer-Rounds amendment, sponsored by Rubio and Senate Intelligence and Armed Services Committee member Kirsten Gillibrand, that cuts off funding for illicit UFO programs. Language accompanying the legislation outlines in remarkable detail the various elements that such a program would entail, including UFO retrieval procedures, scientific analysis, reverse engineering, and security and counterintelligence efforts. President Biden signed Gillibrand and Rubio's legislation into law in December. So, am I reading this right? Have they actually cut off money to the control group? Is that what this says? Is that what this says, guys? Because that's pretty exciting if the control group is no longer able to siphon money from Congress. But of course they still are. They've been doing this for a long time. I would be shocked if they had been frozen out. But hey, who knows, guys? Who knows? Fingers crossed. In January, Sean Kirkpatrick, the lovely Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, the former director of AARO, poured cold water on the swirling allegations of secret unreported UFO programs, but Kirkpatrick's public commentary appears to have had little effect on Capitol Hill. In March, Rounds indicated twice that the extraordinary Schumer-led legislation alleging that is hard to say. Schumer-led legislation alleging. Oh my God. Get drunk and say that 5 times. Schumer-led legislation alleging. Okay. It's not just me, right? It's not just me. Okay. All right. Moving on. In March, Rounds indicated twice that the extraordinary Schumer-led legislation alleging the existence of unreported UFO programs would be reintroduced this year. Okay, cool. Asked on May 2nd whether a 63-page Pentagon report categorically denying the existence of illicit UFO efforts is case closed, Gillibrand stated, "Oh, it's definitely not case closed." Critically, another set of newly released documents indicates that high-level current and former officials with apparent knowledge of illicit UFO programs refused to meet with Kirkpatrick. And of course, we've heard about David Grush refusing to meet with him. In June 2023 interview with News Nation, Rubio made a series of startling UFO-related comments. According to Rubio, smart, educated people with high clearances in very important positions in our government have informed Congress of the existence of secret UFO programs. As the documents reveal, Kirkpatrick was taken by surprise by Rubio's comments. A Senate Intelligence Committee staffer subsequently informed Kirkpatrick that the senior officials described by Rubio were among those who refused to speak to his office. As Christopher Mellon, the Department of Defense's former top civilian intelligence official, notes, many UFO whistleblowers do not trust the Pentagon process, preferring to speak to Congress and the intelligence community's internal watchdog instead. This puts the Pentagon in a particularly awkward position. If the director of the UFO office was aware that high-level officials alleging the existence of unreported UFO programs refused to speak with him, how can he and his office credibly issue sweeping denials that such programs exist? Great question, Marik. Great question. Moreover, in response to the government's blanket denials regarding the possession of off-world technology, Chris Mellon recently posted a 2020 exchange describing how a senior government official uncovered the management structure and security control systems of a UFO retrieval program. And of course, I've gone over all of that before. The official also claimed to have identified the gatekeeper controlling access to the Air Force's secret UFO efforts. Intriguing. In another fascinating twist, Kirkpatrick told Mellon that the Department of Justice is in possession of Russia's whistleblower complaint alleging the existence of illegal UFO programs since it is part of a criminal investigation. Agency watchdogs like the one that received Russia's complaint typically involve the Justice Department when allegations of criminal activity are substantiated. Does this imply that UFO-related criminal charges could at some point be on offer? Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be amazing to see David Grush take Kirkpatrick or whoever to court, or the government to arrest somebody over, covering stuff up or intimidating witnesses or something like that? I would be surprised if that happens. I would be very surprised if that happens. But it's an intriguing possibility that, theoretically could happen. Could happen, guys. There's also an interesting exchange by Lou Elizondo a few days ago on March 6th. He says, "Friends, it's always most quiet before the storm. There is no going back. Some members of Congress finally know what's going on. Some officials in the executive branch are scrambling. Efforts are underway below the wave tops, the results of which will break the surface and reveal themselves at a time of our choosing. This is going to be an interesting year for those who continue to obfuscate. We are hard at work for you, Lou. You get 'em. You get 'em." Of course, then somebody replied, "Lou, you're being called out by Sean Kirkpatrick. He's daring you to provide some evidence. He seems pretty confident that you won't. Why should any of us believe that you're hard at work for us? Saying government moves slow isn't going to work anymore." To which Lou replied, "We, many of us, already provided classified evidence to AARO. Lying about it doesn't help his case. But like everything else, the truth is always revealed. Sadly, I really did try and give him a break in the beginning. No matter, his comments won't age well, nor will his narrative." So there you go. Sean Kirkpatrick was given a chance by Lou Elizondo in the beginning. Obviously, it didn't go very well. But interesting exchange nonetheless. And Lou has provided classified information, intelligence on, what is going on to AARO. And what have they done with it? Nothing but lie and obfuscate. And the new director of AARO, Tim Phillips, the interim director, who may be the new director for the foreseeable future, doesn't seem to have changed the pattern established by Sean Kirkpatrick at all. Sean Kirkpatrick, the lovely Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, of course, has a long history in the intelligence community on the scientific end, and he has been associated with various companies that are believed to be reverse engineering UFOs. So, Sean Kirkpatrick is in my mind very likely, almost certainly part of the program. is Tim Phillips? That's a good question. From AARO's own website, yeah, this is Tim Phillips himself. He is a senior national intelligence service executive appointed in 2006 with over 40 years of government experience serving in a variety of senior intelligence community assignments in the field and at agency headquarters. Mr. Phillips is a retired United States Marine Corps lieutenant colonel serving in peacekeeping, humanitarian, or combat operations. Mr. Phillips' educational achievements include a master's in business and information resources management. And it goes on, guys. It really goes on. He has a lot of educational achievements. He really does. Seems to have a focus on leadership, executive leadership, etc. Executive leaders. Maybe not so much of a science guy. So maybe not a part of the program. Maybe he's not tinkering with UFOs at his new day job or his old day job. Sean Kirkpatrick seems to have done both. He came from a company associated with reverse engineering UFOs to working at AARO, and now he's going back to working at a company associated with reverse engineering UFOs. But Tim Phillips may not be like that. So it's unclear what his motivations are, if he's just a good soldier carrying out his duty and doing what he's told to do, or if he is actually part of the program. But I guess it doesn't really matter. If he's a good soldier carrying out the orders of the control group, then that's what he's going to do. But there you go. Lou Elizondo and Marik von Rennenkampf really laying into AARO and Sean Kirkpatrick, calling him and them out for what they are. And I love it. It's time to expose these guys and let the world know that AARO cannot be trusted. Can it be saved? I don't know if AARO can be saved at this point, but I mean, hey, anything's possible, guys. Miracles can happen. But let me know what you think about it all in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. Smash the like button and the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, links below. Love to see you guys there. If you wanted to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, consider grabbing a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store below, or become a channel member, because channel members are rock stars. And I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you. Meanwhile, there are plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.